What up, hotheads? I'm Henry, and this is Blaze the Roof. This week, we're reviewing a sauce named Heatonist number 10 by Karma. This is actually a collaboration between Heatonist and Karma. Heatonist is a store out of New York or Brooklyn, and Karma is a company out of Rochester. Karma makes the sauce specifically for Heatonist because it's their 10th anniversary sauce. The company is Karma, and we've already gone over Karma a few weeks ago. It was founded by Gene Olzik. He was a former NASA engineer. Tired of hot sauces having additives and all, he decided to grow his own and create a Karma. And it's one of the better hot sauce companies out there. Since we've been over Rochester, we won't go over all the ins and outs of it. You could go back to episode 238 for that. Let's look at the packaging. So, as with all Heatonist anniversary sauces, this has a black label with either gold or yellow print. This has the Karma logo in here, but it's got a bunch of stuff like flames and, I don't know, a bunch of others. There's a lot going on in this logo here. That's all I could really say. For some reason, in the corners, it has 20, 20, 15 and 25. I don't know the reasons why those are, but there's some flames animated in here as well. And on the label it says, marking the 10-year anniversary of our Brooklyn hot sauce shop, Heatonist number 10 celebrates the spirit of community and eternity through a unique blend of bold ingredients. Tart black currant, earthy wild mushroom, piney fir needle, and vibrant orange habanero. Perfect on poultry and lean meats, think lamb or wild boar. This sauce marks a milestone in one of the most flavorful journeys of all time. Thanks for being a part. It says stay spicy. Now let's turn to the actual ingredients themselves. So we have black currant, peppers, which are orange habanero and red jalapeno, orange juice, apple cider vinegar infused with fir needles, bay laurel, also known as bay leaves, honey, salt, ginger, onion, garlic, both in powder form, wild mushroom, also in powder form, black pepper, nutmeg, and ground fir needles. Ground fir needles actually can be eaten, and they apparently have a citrusy flavor to them. So I guess we're going to be looking for a citrusy taste from this. The one ingredient we haven't covered before are black currants. Those are typically found in Europe. They're not really that prevalent here in the U.S. For a few reasons here. First of all, the black currant is very nutrient-dense berry, and especially for vitamin C. They have a very tart flavor. They were banned in the U.S. starting in the 1900s for 100 years. The reason being is because the black currant plants carried what was called white pine blister, which is a fungal disease that's very detrimental to white ash, and white ash was one of the main woods in the United States. So the ban is actually still in effect in Maine and Ohio. During World War II, oranges were scarce, so they turned black currants into a juice called Ribena, and they gave that to the soldiers, again, to stave off scurvy and other diseases. So, all right, before we get any further, let's hear from this week's sponsor.
When it comes to your finances, sometimes you need a little faith. So many people were struggling financially that I had to come back and make a difference. At Jesus Christ Savings and Loans, we believe in second chances, even for your credit score. Talk about debt forgiveness. We're not here to turn a profit. We're here to make your prayers come true. From humble beginnings to heavenly returns, we're here to multiply your savings, not your worries. Multiplying them like, fish and loaves. Heck, I'd even walk on water for you. Jesus Christ Savings and Loans. Jesus saves, and so should you.
Now for the moment of truth. Smell the peppers. I don't know what black currants smell like. I want to say I've had them before, but I'm not really sure if I have. There is a bit of a citrusy scent to this, or maybe it's just the berry. I do smell like fruit and there's a little sweetness. Probably the apple cider vinegar. Let's see if we could taste the pine. Not the pine needles, the fir needles. Also, allegedly, you can also eat Douglas fir needles, even though they're not technically a fir. but I don't think pine needles are edible. So if you get hungry and get lost in the forest, look for some firs or Douglas firs. All right, so this is like a deep red, almost like a wine-colored sauce. Maybe a tinge of brown in it, but it's reddish more than anything. All right, I'm going to be looking for a little bit of, obviously, like citrus, sweetness, and hopefully I can taste the actual berries. But I'm not sure I know what to look for. But here we go. Cheers. Interesting. On the back end, it tastes like, I don't know, like Christmas tree, like what the smell would taste like. I got a little bit of that in the back end. It was a very unique sauce. It's sweet and it's tart at the same time. The burn is it's a medium burn, so we'll call it a middleweight. It only rose to a little bit. However, it did get at the tip of the tongue, which is probably because of the red jalapeno. It's a fascinating flavor. It's very tasty. You know, what would I eat this with? You know, I would say, just in time for their Thanksgiving holiday, I would say like your turkey, whether it's leftover turkey or just regular turkey, you can probably put it on there. Put it on the stuffing. It is going to give it a sweeter flavor, though. So, see, I'm not sure if it's a dessert sauce, though, because it's not like I would throw this on ice cream, but I actually might. Hold on. Because it's more sweet than anything. There is a little bit of tartness, but I think the main thing is that it is sweet. You know, fuck it, experiment. Put this on some ice cream if you want. Vanilla bean's a good, nice, neutral flavor to try that on. Definitely on pork. I'm always going to say pork. Maybe some chicken dishes, but avoid anything savory. And put this on anything that you can get away with that's either neutral or... Yeah, I wouldn't say put this on fish. I think it'd be too sweet for fish. So, yeah, anything pork-based would probably be good as long as it's not too savory. But if you had a straight-up pork chop that you just seasoned up, this would be perfect for it. I think on turkey and poultry, it would probably work pretty well as well. Wings. I think it'd be a really good wing flavor. But would this be something I have in my normal repertoire? Probably not. It's a unique flavor. It is tasty. I'm going to try to use it. I just don't know with what yet exactly. But... yeah, but Karma always has some pretty good sauces, so not surprising. Okay, next week I'll be reviewing a sauce from the Krabby Shack. We've already done one before. This is their original hottie sauce. Until then, I'm Henry, and remember, spice up your life. Take care.